Now, the Zimbabwean government is offering to help repatriate its citizens in South Africa. This as the Zimbabwe Exemption Permit system comes to an end in June. But there are some who are refusing to go back home and have taken legal action. Zimbabwean Ambassador to South Africa, David Hamadziripi, joins us now to discuss this further. Thank you so much for your time, Ambassador. We do appreciate it. Maybe just speak to us about how many you are at this stage willing to help and facilitate get out of South Africa back into Zimbabwe, given the timeframes that we are facing at this stage.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to your viewers. The government of Zimbabwe has announced that it is ready to assist those of its nationals who wish to return to Zimbabwe at the expiry, or preferably before the expiry of the Zimbabwean Exemption Permit on the 30th of June 2023. We do not know how many of our citizens who hold the Zimbabwean Exemption Permit would wish to return home. So that is why we have launched this online platform registration, so that they can indicate to us who they are, what their profile is, what their needs are, and any other information that we are seeking to enable us to plan for their return, and assistance we can offer to those who need assistance. There are those who may not need assistance, but may need facilitation, certainly at the point of entry, or they may be bringing in their household goods. We would like to be able to assist them to do so as smoothly as we can.
So at this stage, you have no ballpark figure as to how many could possibly be seeking this assistance?
No, we don't.
Okay.
And that is why we are, yes.
Okay, no problem. Let's just move over to the kind of assistance that you would be offering to those wishing to return back to Zimbabwe because of the expiry of these permits. Is it also financial assistance?
We are not looking at any sort of direct financial assistance, unless, of course, some of the international partners that we are going to be working with may, in their support, provide financial assistance or provide some other assistance to facilitate the settling in of those who choose to return home.
I want to ask you a question, Ambassador, with regards to those returning back to Zimbabwe that you will be assisting. I mean, I think we could say it's in the thousands. Zimbabwe, a lot of these individuals left, families left Zimbabwe because of the state of Zimbabwe and the lack of work opportunities, the economy that's literally non-existent, facilities like hospitals, schools. What kind of realities will they be facing going back to Zimbabwe? It's worrisome to think that thousands will be needing to return back, but what kind of life are they going to have?
Well, they will be going back to a Zimbabwe where you already have upwards of 11, 13 million people are already residing in the country. So it's not as if you don't have a Zimbabwe. It's not as if you don't have any economic activities or anything going on in Zimbabwe. There is a lot that is going on. Indeed, the economy may be facing challenges, but which country doesn't have challenges even to this day? The government is pursuing policies and programs to try and improve the performance of the economy, in order to create and widen the opportunities for our citizens to be able to make a decent living. And this is what we hope those who will be able to go back home will be able to join in the current programs to improve the economy, in the current programs to try and attain, as the government has said, upper middle income society by 2030, which is the government vision.
Yes, so Ambassador, actually I'm asking that question in the context of the fact that you have many Zimbabweans coming to South Africa to seek a better life and better opportunities, but also healthcare, because they feel as though they can't be looked after in Zimbabwe. So that's why I was asking it in that context. I just want to ask you quickly what is happening with regards to those that are taking legal action and not wanting to return back to Zimbabwe. That could possibly be a bit of a challenge, them wanting to stay, possibly work opportunities, better life, whatever it might be that they're wanting to stay. But there are some legal challenges that are ahead of us because of the expiring of these permits.
Indeed, but as you are aware, migration is a voluntary act. It's a decision an individual takes, and there are many reasons behind migration. And I don't think we have time to go into that at the moment. But what we can say is those of our citizens who are holders of the Zimbabwean Exemption Permit who have decided to use the opportunities available to them here to try and seek redress, to try and protect their rights. Certainly, I think they're exercising their right. As a government of Zimbabwe, we have taken the decision that we cannot challenge in any way the sovereign decision taken by the government of South Africa on this matter. But what we are doing is we are engaging the government of South Africa, as we have said consistently, to ensure the smooth implementation of this decision. Clearly, we are aware of a number of concerns on the part of Zimbabwe Exemption Permit holders, and we are communicating these to the South African government. But ultimately, it's the decision, the sovereign decision, I want to emphasize, of the government of South Africa as to who they wish to admit into their country and who they wish to permit to stay in their country and under what conditions. Thank you.
Ambassador, I just have one quick last question for you. You say it's the decision of the South African government who they allow into the country, and rightfully so. But I'm curious to know if there are any engagements with the South African government to further extend permits. Is there any engagements or discussions with our government, given the thousands of Zimbabweans that are in South Africa, and a lot of them indicating they don't want to leave because of their current work opportunities here?
Well, as I said, our engagements with the government of South Africa are not in any way directed at a review or a revision or anything to do with the decision that they've taken. Our engagements with the government of South Africa, as we have stated, have to do with the implementation of that decision, because it is a decision that they've taken in their sovereign right. We do respect the decision of our nationals who have decided to use the avenues for redress that are available in the judicial system or in the legal system of this country. We respect that, but as a government, we certainly convey to the South African government issues to do with the smooth implementation of that decision. And we are aware of issues to do with, for instance, education for some of the children who are going to be writing matric exams. We will be bringing those to the attention of the South African government.
Okay, yeah, that's a very important point. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with this whole process. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. That was the Ambassador, David Hamadziripi.